And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us at the end of the week. Who Would Win? From Mitchell S., who asked the question, who would win a fight? Man-Bat from the DC Universe versus the Future Predator from the TV show Primeval. I am not overly familiar with the series, although I do know a little bit of it, where it was like time shenanigans, creatures were coming out of the portals and stuff like that, wreaking havoc in the present or in different timelines. And both share similar, traits to a bat. Obviously with Man-Bat, and apparently with the Future Predator. Man-Bat, Kurt Langstrom, was a scientist, geneticist, who was trying to create like the next stage of human evolution, ultimately using bat DNA, turning himself into basically a were-bat, Man-Bat. As Man-Bat, he has all the physical enhancements you would think. He's a lot faster, he's a lot stronger, more durable. He can take small arms fire, but heavy arms fire would take him down. He can fly using his giant wings. And he has echolocation. He's got razor-sharp claws and will tear individuals to pieces. That is pretty much it. He does not retain his intelligence in his bat form, sadly. So he's still mostly just a wild animal, just in a human-sized body. And he's capable of easily going toe-to-toe with slightly stronger individuals than like a Batman, but not like a Bane. He's not like super, super strong compared to like someone like them. Or Bane, but he's still much stronger than the average human, able to give Batman a good run for his money. In fact, he's generally physically stronger than someone like Batman, who is, by all accounts, peak human strength. The Primeval Predators are a creature species from the show Primeval. They are basically a weird combination of what appears to be a future bat, but also seem to have like a containing DNA from a lion and a predator, which the lab thought the latter was scrambled bat DNA. In essence, it's kind of an evolved bat, but kind of different as well. What we do know is they are very large, like around 2.5 meters tall, almost like 7 to 8 feet tall. Tall. They have also echolocation like bats do, razor sharp claws and teeth. They'd go right to cut to the victim's jugular to make it easy. They're extremely fast, able to run up to 125 kilometers. That's pretty fast. They can climb around trees and cliffs thanks to their claws. They can also stand upright as well, and are very intelligent given their elongated head housing an extremely intelligent brain and a melon organ, a former gave the predator human-level intelligence, which allowed them to efficiently outsmart and second-guess its prey and enemies' moves, reactions, and stay one step ahead of them. They had no visible eyes and appeared to be visually blind, but possess echolocation as a highly advanced form of frequency sonar system. So yes, they are very powerful and vicious, but there are limitations to their physicality and what they're capable of doing. They're actually not physically all that powerful. They're actually kind of on the frail side. They can be killed with blunt force trauma. A shot to the head, point blank, would kill them. Their sonar can be disrupted, and they're not overall. What was I going to get at with that? They're not overall the best in a one-on-one fight. In what was it? The first episode we see them in. I have it right here. Or what? Second episode. Well, yeah, first episode. A future predator ended up going toe to toe with a Gorgonopsids, which is basically a prehistoric carnivore. One second here. Gorgonopsids, God. A large species group of mammalian reptiles that was from, I believe, the Permian period. Very large, very powerful. But you would think a future version of a future predator, a more advanced creature, should be able to take something like that on. But it actually ended up losing the fight. So they are not the best in a straight-out brawl scenario. They're better at just quick slash-and-go tactics rather than just straight-out hand-to-hand brawl. Not to say they're not dangerous hand-to-hand. They're still stronger than an average human. They're just not capable of really going toe-to-toe against a physically equal or superior individual. It doesn't really work to their advantage. So, who would win in a fight between these two? Well, the Man-Bat certainly has the not aerial advantage, but he has the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not even tactical, although it can be. he's got the maneuverability advantage. That's what I was trying to get at, because he can fly and he can keep at a distance. Strength-wise, these guys are probably on par with each other, although I'd say the Future Predator probably has a little bit more in the way of like slicing capability. It's certainly capable of just straight out moving faster than the Man-Bat. And though Man-Bat's definitely got the durability advantage, because just being hit by a car will not put Man-Bat down, whereas being hit by a car could kill one of these things. So it really just comes down to who has the better chance in a hand-to-hand scenario, in a straight-up physical altercation. And I actually think it's going to be Man-Bat. And it comes down to the physical design of Man-Bat, where he's still mostly got a humanoid design. His wings can act kind of as a distractor. And because he's got a humanoid design, he can still fight and grapple like a human. Whereas the Future Predator, while certainly has a humanoid-esque design, it is bipedal. It's not in the same vein as an actual human. It's still very much a wild animal, a predator whose design is dissimilar from ours. Similar, but dissimilar. So add on the fact that Man-Bat, if flying, could come in, swoop in, and hit with speed. That means you get the blunt force trauma of them colliding with the predator, attacking, clawing, biting, hitting. And the predators are not overly durable to begin with. That makes me lean towards Man-Bat. Now, one advantage, though, that the predators seem to have is that they're more intelligent than Man-Bat overall is. Even though Man-Bat, in his human form, is a geneticist and a brilliant mind, as Man-Bat, he loses a lot of that. So, in theory, there could be some sort of stratagem that the Predator uses to be able to overcome Man-Bat. There's also a question of how their sonar or echolocation would interact with each other. When you get two different echolocations bouncing off each other, how does that affect the other? I think, though, a key difference between the two is that Man-Bat still has eyes. Man-Bat can just see with his eyes. His echolocation is still there and usable and very effective, but he's not blind without it. Whereas without the echolocation, the Future Predator is in a bit of trouble. So I think Man-Bat ultimately would take a win in a fight between these two. They would clash, they would brawl, but ultimately he'd be the more effective predator in this case. And we've seen the Future Predator lose to, in theory, a less impressive species, by all accounts. A ancient species that was less evolved. So ultimately, yeah, I'm going to go with the Man-Bat. But let me know what you think. Do you think Man-Bat will win, or do you think the Future Predator will win? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.